Heyo. Today we're going to talk about the secret of life. Actually, in reality, the secret of life is the gift of life. Now, remember, this is just me. I speak on these topics from my own personal experience. Right, the things that I've learned along the way in my 57 years of living, right, and right, with the things that have stuck with me, from my studies. I spent probably most of my adult life studying different spiritual traditions and paths. You guys know this. I've talked about this before. Right, so this is just me speaking from my heart about the things that I know through my own experience. So, the gift of life is that thing that was given to us by the greater universe. The secret to life, right, is understanding this and learning how to use your gift, right, to be that person that strives to be enlightened so that you can sit on high, right, in the next life. Because this is just a material life here, right? And the gift of it is just simply that, right? And the secret to that is knowing that it's just here as an experience. Life is all it is. It's as short as it is. You need to learn to enjoy the experiences you get from it. Right? Because the lessons that we learn here are quite simple. We learn how to love. Right? We learn how to share. We learn how to feel. We learn how to smell. We learn how to touch, how to see. Right? These are the tools that were given to you, right, in this material machine here, right? I talked before about learning how to operate the system, right, in that video I made about metaphysics, right? That's all it really is. There is no magical solution. There is no philosophical answer, right? The allegory of the whole thing is that the two sides of life show you the duality of the universe, right? Hey, that's basically all it is. There is no, you're not going to get anything, right? You're going to live this life, you're going to walk this journey, you're going to go down through that road. It's funny. Let me give you this analogy. I saw this on Facebook yesterday. It made me laugh. Remember the movie, right? The Yellow Brick Road, The Wizard of Oz, right? Dorothy had to follow the yellow brick road to the land of Oz to see the wizard, right? Well, the little meme that I saw on Facebook was, well, what about the red brick road? Where did it go, right? And there was various different answers and suggestions. One person said that it led to Satan. Another person, said, "Oh, I've always wondered that my whole life." My comment was, "Hey, it leads to the wizard's stash house where he keeps all of his good stuff." But the truth of it is that movie is a very powerful movie that explains the allegory of life, because it shows the two sides of it. Right? One minute Dorothy was in Kansas. Dorothy and Toto were in Kansas. And the tornado came and picked up the house, and the next minute they were in the land of Oz. Right? The two sides of life. Right? And there's two roads. But we don't get the explanation as to where the red brick road goes. We only get the explanation as to where the yellow brick road goes. And the yellow brick road led us down to that path that taught us about ourselves. Remember the lion? He didn't have, right? The lion didn't have courage. The scarecrow didn't have a heart, right? The Tin Man didn't have a brain, right? See, that's what it was about. It was about showing you all of these things about yourself and all of these lessons that you learn about yourself in this journey that we call life. The gift is life itself, right? The secret, or should I say secrets, are those things that you learn from it. Right? Hey, it's really that simple. Right? And the allegory of the movie shows you this. You know what I'm saying? Here I am sitting here today thinking. I talked to Margaret on the phone a little while ago on the Hangouts on Google on the G Plus, and they took Margaret to the city today to turn in her paperwork for her SSI, and basically what they're going to do is they're going to go all the way back 8 years ago, and they're going to use all of the information and all of the stuff that Margaret supplied then to redo her Social Security, right? So she's going to get what they awarded her 8 years ago that the state of Arizona in its infinite wisdom denied because they didn't want to pay out all of this money. Now, I'm not going to tell you guys how much it is, but I'm going to tell you this. It's enough that me and Margaret are going to live comfortably for the rest of our lives because we've already decided that we're it. Right? That there is going to be nobody else. Me and Margaret have already been through all the hard stuff in our relationship. Right? That's why we can calmly, quietly sit here 1,500 miles away from each other and support each other because we both know, right, that there's nothing to worry about. Right? And so today when me and Margaret were talking and she was explaining this to me, this came to me, and I started thinking about it after the conversation was over. Oh yes, Margaret's happy. Oh, I'm extremely happy. Yes, we are. Because now we know we don't have to worry anymore about what's going to happen to us. Right? 2 years ago, we were homeless, right? And we scratched and clawed to get out of the dirt and into a place, and then from there, you know what I'm saying, to try to move forward while we were fighting Margaret's case against the state of Arizona. And then, you know what I'm saying, you guys, everybody knows what's happened. I've explained the story in the last 25 or 30 videos, 40 videos, 50 videos, right? See, and that brings me back to what I was talking about the secret to life, right? It's the gift. The secret is everything you learn along the way. I said this, right? So, for all of you people out there that watch these videos, that try to understand what it is I'm saying, here's the answer. It's a simple act of living that makes your life important, that makes your life valuable, that makes your life something more than you could ever imagine. Because it was given to us, this experience in the material world, because the reality of it is that we are not this person. We're this little tiny 1/64 billionth of a bolt of electricity, right? That divine spark that animates this machine. That's who we really are. When our material self passes on to its glory, dust to dust, ashes to ashes, right? That part of us that is of God will live on, right? This is the thing. See, energy never dies. Energy never dissipates. Energy is never destroyed. It takes energy to create energy. So when your true self passes on through the veil, right, you float around in the all of the universe until you bump into another piece of energy to create something new. And then that new thing, right, is the next life. It's your old life combined with a new life to create, right, the next life. Now, do I have proof of this? Sure. Look around you. Right? Do I believe this? You're damn right I do. Right? Am I crazy? I've had a whole lot of you people make comments and send me private messages, and you know who you are, have stated unequivocally that, Brian, you're not crazy. Right? You're pretty smart. I had one young man tell me that I was, that the things that I was saying made more sense to him than everything he's ever learned yet. Now, I don't claim to be anybody, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm not patting myself on the back. I'm just like you guys. I struggled every day with my emotions. I struggled every day with the things that I learned, trying to understand them, trying to put them into context so that I'm ready for understanding when it comes to me. That's what it is. To me, that's the secret to life. Understanding. Remember? Acceptance, understanding. Right? Priorities, responsibilities. I'm on and on and on and on and on. They all come together, right, to form this thing, you know what I'm saying, that we call intelligence. Well, somebody once told me, you know what I'm saying, that you're only as smart as the abilities that God gave you. Well, you know what? I don't believe that. Right? Because I have seen many of you out there. I have read many, many, many comments. Right? I've watched literally thousands of videos on YouTube and everywhere else, embedded on websites and everything else, right, that prove to me that that's not necessarily true. Right? Intelligence is just a measurement of how much you have in here. And that relates directly to your material machine. That little tiny 1/64 billionth of a divine spark that you truly are carries the knowledge of the universe. And that, my friends, is boundless. At this point in time, let me explain it to you. The universe started with one big bang. Boom! Right? And then it's been expanding ever since. The leading edge of our universe is expanding away from us at the speed of light, which is about 60 something thousand miles per second, you know what I'm saying, light years, right? You know what I'm saying? And then at the speed of light, it's expanding. And then everything from the center to the edge is expanding at a speed slower. That is time. That's the measurement of true time. Time, this isn't time. This was invented by us so that we could keep track of the day. True time is that measurement of the expansion rate of the universe. There's going to come a time, yes, when the universe is going to stop expanding, and then just based on its sheer weight of its own self, it's going to start collapsing, and it's going to collapse all the way back down to that little tiny, dense little thing, and then it's going to be so heavy that it's going to bang again. So the question is here, is not is it going to happen again, but how many times has it happened in the past? Another one of those secrets, huh? So if you take all of this stuff and you put it all together and you enjoy the experience that's called life, and you learn as much as you can, and you prepare yourself as best that you can in here, not up here, in here, for the next journey, then you, my friend, will understand. Thank you.